Haunted Philippines. Sprinkled among the pretty places of Philippines are these terrifying haunts only the crazy would ever venture into. But are you brave enough? Brace yourself for strange temperature shifts, unexplainable wails, and a feeling of a shadow of an unknown element staring down at you. 10. Balethi Drive, Quezon City. This famous Tulane Street in Quezon City is believed to be haunted by a white-veiled lady who frequents the site. The tree-lined road adds an eerie feeling, as if something will appear in front of you at any time. It was told that the white-veiled lady is the ghost of a girl who died in a car accident in the area when she lost her way, which is why she has been trying to hitch a ride and find her way home. Other stories indicated that it is the ghost of a young lady who died in the Spanish era. Rumors or not, you better not drive by Balethi Drive alone. 9. Ozone Disco, Quezon City. In March 18, 1996, a fire broke out in this disco in Quezon City. The fire claimed the lives of more than 100 people. Most of the victims were graduating students from the universities in the city. Due to the faulty club emergency exit, a lot of the partygoers were trapped and died from suffocation and burns. Right now, Ozone Disco is already a closed and abandoned establishment, but there have been numerous reports of strange activity occurring in the vicinity at night, such as faint disco lights, sounds, and silhouettes of clubbers dancing through the late hours. 8. Manila Film Center, Metro Manila. The country's national capital region is not short of destinations that have an added scare factor. The Manila Film Center is infamous for a construction accident that occurred in November 17, 1981, where more than 100 construction workers fell from the collapsed scaffolding and were buried in cement. It is believed that the construction workers were buried on purpose because a search and rescue procedure, or even just the retrieval of the dead bodies, will take a long time and will delay the construction of the building. Some individuals who have visited the building reported wailing sounds and screams of suffering men, believed to be from those buried alive. 7. Bahay na Pula or Red House, San Ildefonso, Bulacan. Just less than 2 hours from Manila is the Bahay na Pula, located in San Ildefonso in the province of Bulacan. It is a house that cannot be missed due to its proximity to the highway. Bahay na Pula, or the Red House, got its name from the hue that it exudes, which is as red as blood and rust. The house transports you to a location that you only see in classic horror films. It is considered as one of the tourist destinations in central Luzon for ghost hunters, and its distinct feature cannot go unnoticed. It is believed that this ancestral house was the place where women were held captive during the Japanese era, and where they eventually died during their stay. Some gorillas are also tortured and burned here. This is the reason why some visitors believe that the red hue of the house might be the blood that flowed within the vicinity, tainting it forever. Wailing sounds, screams, and temperature shifts, as well as the ghastly feeling of someone looking from behind your back, are some of the most commonly shared experiences. 6. Balay Negrens or Negrens House, Negros Occidental. Negrens are the native cultural group of the Negros provinces and Siquijor in the Philippines. Balay Negrens is an ancestral house located in the province of Negros Occidental. It was the home of a sugar baron, and it showcases several rooms for his 12 children. It has been maintained until now, serving as a tourist destination and a museum at the same time. What makes it scary is the way the rooms have been preserved, as if someone is still using them until now. There are rooms that have mirrors, and looking at these mirrors will give you a feeling that someone might appear at any time. 5. Clark Air Base Hospital, Pampanga. Hospitals are known to be generally scary, considering that many people do die here. However, this abandoned hospital in Clark Air Base is noted as one, if not the scariest abandoned hospital in the country, featured in a National Geographic documentary in 2013. Hundreds of stories have been associated with this medical complex because of its history and the spine-tingling vibe that you feel the moment you enter the premises. Visiting this place during the day is already scary enough. Imagine the haunting feeling after dusk. 4. Lapril House, Baguio City. Another haunted site in Baguio City is the Lapril House. Built in 1920, the Lapril House was turned over to another owner after the death of the head of the Lapril clan. Prior to the transfer of ownership, the house has been the silent witness to brutal killings, rape, and violence. It served as a den for the Japanese forces during the war. The blood-curdling screams and the dreadful stillness cemented the reputation of this house as one of the scariest in the country. 3. Malinta Tunnel, Corregidor Island. The historic Corregidor hosts some of the most haunted places in the Philippines. Thanks to its bloody history that stretches through the World War II, some of the places here manage to fill up the spots in the most scariest places in the world. The Malinta Tunnel is one of the eeriest places in the island. Like any other tunnels that can give you an uneasy feeling of being confined, this tunnel is one of the places in the island where lots of soldiers died. Shadows, unexplainable noises, and even sudden draft as well as temperature changes have been reported to manifest here. 2. Fort Santiago, Intramuros, Manila. Fort Santiago in the walled city of Intramuros is a great place to learn about our rich history, but what comes along with it are the stories of tragedy and suffering. The Philippine national hero Dr. Jose Rizal was imprisoned in Fort Santiago before his execution in Luneta in 1896. Many soldiers and prisoners also died in this defense fortress during the Spanish colonial era and the Japanese occupation. When night comes, screams and cries of tortured victims are said to be heard while ghosts of soldiers in old uniforms still patrol the area. 1. Mount Makiling, Los Banos. Mount Makiling is one of the best hiking destinations in the Philippines, not only because of its exciting hiking trail with flat rocks, mud springs, and exotic flora and fauna, but also because it is believed to be enchanted by a Diwata or forest nymph named Maria Makiling, who punishes those who try to destroy the forest. Legend says some people robbed her jewelry. Some hunters climb up the mountain and hunted for wild animals, cut down trees, and left the forest at the top of the mountain denuded. At that time, one of those hunters is a mortal which Maria Makiling fell in love with. She discovered that that hunter already had a mortal as his wife. After those things happened, Maria Makiling was very angry that it thundered and rained hard that night, and her voice was heard by all people leaving at the foot of the mountain saying, "I have provided you food, treasures, and shelter, but it wasn't enough for you. I have given you everything you want, but still you aren't contented. I loved you more than myself, but still you search for mortal love. Now feel my anger and wait for my revenge. From now on, you shall stand on your own feet, and you will never see me again. I swear." And she laughed so hard that it brought an earthquake. After her large voice was heard, she never showed herself again to those mortals who abused her kindness. Today, it is still believed that Maria Makiling is still living there. The Philippines is one of the best destinations for foreign and local tourists. As a hospitable addition to beautiful islands and white sandy beaches are these haunted places. Why not visit these as well? If ghost hunting is your preference, you now have ideas on where to look for it. Thanks for watching. If you want more scary stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, share the stories to your friends.